This is Craven Band Candy. Like and subscribe and drop us a line. Don't keep your family waiting. There are horror films that don't rely on blood or monsters. They rely on mood, on a slow, creeping dread that feels like a dream you can't wake up from. They live in that fragile space between the living and the dead, between sanity and something much older. Few films capture that feeling better than the 6 movies I have for you tonight. That's right. These are the 6 most terrifying rubber realities in horror cinema. At number 1, Let's Scare Jessica to Death, 1971. Jessica has just left a mental hospital. She moves with her husband to a quiet farmhouse by a lake, hoping to start over, to be normal again. But the lake murmurs at night. The townsfolk stare. Their smiles are a little too tight. And in the water, something pale watches back. Jessica begins to hear voices. A strange woman appears on the property, a drifter who may not be human at all. What makes Jessica so haunting isn't what it shows, but what it suggests. Maybe it's a ghost story. Maybe it's a vampire story. Or maybe it's just a story of a woman falling apart, gaslit by her own fragile mind. It's not about terror. It's about doubt. And once you start doubting what's real, it never stops. Number 2, Messiah of Evil, 1973. From the misty lakes of New England, we drift to the decaying coast of California. In Messiah of Evil, a young woman searches for her missing father in a seaside town where the residents stare blankly into the distance. At night, they wander the beaches, drawn by a red moon and a voice from the sea. There are scenes that feel like hallucinations. A woman's devoured in an empty movie theater, figures gathering around a fire on the shore. The film feels infected, as if some forgotten god of the ocean is reclaiming what's his. Like Jessica, it's about isolation, but also contagion. How fear spreads when you realize the world has quietly ended, and no one's even noticed. At number 3, Carnival of Souls, 1962. Long before Jessica, there was Carnival of Souls. A woman survives a car crash, but afterward, nothing feels right. People don't seem to hear her. Strange figures follow her through empty streets, and she's drawn to a decaying carnival by the river, where ghostly music plays and pale dancers twirl in silence. The movie feels like being trapped in a dream, one that repeats endlessly, shot and washed out black and white. It's like death itself learned how to film a nightmare. Carnival of Souls is the skeleton key to this entire genre. Lonely women, haunted by grief and reality, slipping out from underneath them. Number 4, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, 1973. Well, then came Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, a made-for-TV horror that feels too strange, too quiet to have ever aired on network television. A woman inherits an old mansion with a sealed fireplace. Guess what? She opens it, and something small and whispering crawls out. They call her name in the dark. They promise her love. And when she finally gives in, they take her. There's a tragic poetry to it. A woman undone by curiosity and disbelief, by the need to know what's hiding in the dark. It's a ghost story that ends in submission, not death, but transformation. At number 5, Don't Look Now, 1973. In Don't Look Now, grief becomes supernatural. A husband and a wife mourning their dead daughter travel to Venice, a city of reflections and drowned secrets. He begins to see a small figure in a red coat, the same color his daughter wore when she died. He follows her through the canals, chasing a ghost that might be something else entirely. Nicholas Roeg directs it like a nightmare collage. Time folds in on itself, and you can never tell what you're watching has already happened. It's horror through emotion, the pain of loss looping forever, until it becomes prophecy. At number 6, The Sentinel, 1977. And then there's The Sentinel. A model moves into a brownstone apartment in Brooklyn, hoping for solitude, but the neighbors are wrong. Strange, smiling, hollow-eyed people drip through the walls. Sometimes she's not even sure they're people at all. As the walls crumble, she learns the truth. Her building is the gateway to hell, and she's been chosen to stand guard. It's the bleakest of them all, the idea that your entire life is leading you not to salvation, but to servitude. Each of these films is connected, not by monsters, but by mood. They all share the same language: decay, grief, isolation, and that unbearable silence before something impossible happens. They're not horror movies that shout. They whisper. They wait. And long after you turn them off, they're still there, lingering in the dark corners of your mind, asking if you're sure you ever woke up. Thank you for joining me. I'm Craven Van Candy, and wherever you may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good riddance.